Do people, and also, does he not understand that my career, I am able to play Melee because of Summit 8 and Summit 9. I would not have eaten. I literally would not have had enough money to eat if it weren't for those 2 summits. Do you think that somehow people would have given me money otherwise? Should we just pull it up? I gotta go. I gotta read through this once on chat for everyone. Okay. So for the record, again, I don't know why this person said this. They could have some weird history with shit that makes sense. I'm gonna go over why I thought that this thread was just completely uninformed. That's all I'm gonna say. Do not fucking go and harass this guy. Like, seriously. So, this person tweets, why Smash's Summit's voting system is dog shit and the community needs to stop supporting it. Is Smash Summit system voting perfect? No, we all know that. Do we need to stop supporting it? No. And I'll get into that. Most of your favorite Smash influencers aren't saying anything about it because they're in cahoots with the ops who run the event, I guess, operators. So fuck it. I'm gonna say it since no one else will. He follows you? That's fine. Like, I think if you have a shitty opinion, you should get called out on it. First off, the people who are in the Smash community, you are giving your money to fuckers who are not in the Smash community instead of supporting actual TOs and organizers within our scene. Keep in mind, Aiden is the head TO for fucking Beyond the Summit. Keep that in mind as you go along with this thread. If Aiden's not a part of the Smash scene, I don't know who is. Beyond the Summit is a production company that hosts events for various games, mainly Dota. All they do for Smash is host 2 to 3 summits per year. Great. Cool. Okay, moving on. When you donate money to Beyond the Summit to vote for your favorite player to get in, 50% of Merc goes to BTS while only half goes to the prize pool. Right. So we're going to ignore the overhead cost of all this stuff. We're going to ignore the fact that direct donations mostly go to the pop bonus, actually barely go to Beyond the Summit at all. And we're also going to ignore the fact that it's a massive company that has bills to pay, a full-time staff that needs to be paid. And the reason the event is so good is because of that staff, and that's why it gets viewership. Right. So in case it's not clear already, Smash Summit is primarily a cash cow for BTS that is a financial benefit to the Smash community. The most we get from these events is high viewership, such hype for one weekend. Right. So Beyond the Summit actually ran at a deficit for the first 5 iterations, apparently, if I remember correctly, talking to Ken about it. And if you think that all we get is the viewership from this one event, boost in viewership, I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to go over after this is over, and I will hopefully show you why that is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. Second, the money that does go to the Smash community is only going to 16 players. Y'all fuckers donate tens of thousands of dollars for 16 motherfuckers to go on a paid vacation and make several months to a year's worth of salary instead of, again, supporting our infrastructure. Those 16 players, Mango, Zane, Hungrybox, Plup, Wizrobe, IBDW, Nun, Axe, Kadorn, Moki, Amsa, SFAT, Aklo, Toussaint, LSD, Yingling. It's almost like the 10 people who actually do the game full time are the ones who got a salary. The 10 people who actually play 5 hours a day, put in more work than a fucking top 50 fringe player that doesn't do shit. It's almost like the players who need it for a living are the ones who got it. Shocker. And not someone who's getting 49th at a suit fucking major over and over again. It's almost like the people who deserve the money got it. Crazy. It would be much more sustainable and reliable for Smashers to use our crowdfunding events to run within our own grassroots community. Match Arena's a thing. NYFGC TOs like Spooky Bum Bum, yikes, blah, 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 blah. TOs need to tap in. Okay. The world does not exist where you either spend money on Summit or you spend money on other things in Smash. Do you know how the world works? A person has a choice to spend money on Summit, to support a streamer, to pay bills, to buy weed, to buy alcohol, to buy food, to support their family. There's a lot of things you can spend money on, and it's not 2 fucking things. One tournament or another. The fact that there's a tournament that got Smashers to spend money on anything other than drugs, food, bills, to me, is incredible. It is incredible. I can't believe that someone was able to do that. You take this out, you think they're just going to spend that money elsewhere in Smash? No! No! They're not spending the money elsewhere in Smash. There was no money here but like this before. Summit introduced this money. You can't ask someone to give money to something that isn't giving them a good product. That's not how the fucking market works. That's just not how life works. I don't know who told you that that's how it works, but it isn't. There's a million things you could spend money on. The fact that Smashers are spending this much money on Melee is fucking awesome. How do they do that? Smashers are notoriously cheap. They won't spend 20 bucks on a venue fee. How the fuck did they get this much money raised? That's crazy. How is that bad? Lastly, y'all donate all this money for a chance to see a player get into the event. Fuckers donating hundreds for someone who doesn't even get into play. There's no reason for a yearly invitational event with 16 people. These have a prize pool that dwarfs majors. You have to give me a reason to spend money. Summit does. Merch, content, great opportunities for players. I get to see my favorite player that maybe doesn't have a chance to travel otherwise travel across the world 7 days, just content and playing with their top players in the world over and over again. So yeah, that's a pretty fucking good reason. And that's only half the money. The other half is going towards BTS fuckers. Hence why it's a scam. How many beyond the summit? Let's look at this. Can we find how many people they employ? Can we find how many people they employ? No. So I can tell you offhand. BTS employs around 100 people, as far as I'm aware. The money is going to their fucking employees who are putting on the fucking tournament for you so they can live with a livable wage. Why should they make more than a fringe top 50 player? Because a fringe top 50 player in a game that doesn't have that much money in the first place shouldn't be making a fucking like 80,000 a year. That's just the way the fucking economy works. That's not Summit's fault. They're trying to pay their employees livable wage in California. Do you know how expensive rent is in California? You know how expensive it is to live in California? You think that they're making a crazy profit when they have to pay that many employees? No! They're not! They are not! And all the direct donations goes to the fucking pot bonus. Do you know what overhead cost is? Do you know how much this venue probably costs? Do you know what the property tax on this venue probably is? Do you know what the overhead is? Do you know what the maintenance on it is? Probably not. Not if you're making that kind of a proclamation. So here. This is a really shitty notepad of things that I wanted to fucking put up because I wanted to make sure I at least didn't miss any of this stuff. 2 events per year. What tournament series runs more than 1 event per year? Give me a tournament series that runs more than 1 event per year. Genesis, once per year. Big House, once per year. SmashCon, once per year. Shine, once per year. Who runs more than 1 event a year? How is that a bad thing? They do too. That's a good thing. And that ignores Summit Championships leagues. It ignores all of that. Main stage? They lost so much money on main stage. And then they do the Ultimate Summit. That's so many events per year. What do you mean that they're gaining money from every event? How do they gain money from main stage or Summit Championships League? They didn't. And that's 4 events per year. That's 1 every quarter. Who the hell runs 4 events per year at a large scale in Smash? Yes, they do pay the commentators. They give an opportunity for commentators to make actual money. Do people, and also, does he not understand that my career, I am able to play Melee because of Summit 8 and Summit 9. I would not have eaten. I literally would not have had enough money to eat if it weren't for those 2 summits. Do you think that somehow people would have given me money otherwise? Do you think Moki's still playing Melee without Summit right now? No, he's not. Moki literally unretired because of Summit. Twice. It's the first time Omps has been able to play in America. Do you know the extent that they went through to get the international players to play there in Summit 11? Do you know how much work they put in to get the international players there? 2 of them didn't make it. They lost so much money on the international players that didn't make it because of how many freaking flights they bought, because of how much paperwork they had to try to get through. You know how much money they lost on that, and they didn't complain about it once? And instead of complaining about it, they just said, you're auto-invited to the next summit, we promise. When they could have made more money off of that spot by running another campaign spot easily. But instead, they took their losses and then agreed to just let those people come in, which is going to reduce their fucking profit for next summit. They have to make a profit because otherwise they can't function. That's the way life works. Overhead, like I said, they're in California. Do you know how expensive rent is there? And they have 80 employees to fucking feed. They have 80 employees to pay. They have rent in California. They have probably an absurd power and internet bill, which is also ridiculously expensive in California. If not, then shut the fuck up. Stop acting like you know how much money they have. Yes, they might make a profit. Guess what? That's how your game gets bigger. People find it profitable. Do you think sports got big because it ran at a deficit? No. Who the fuck would be in baseball if they could own it, if they couldn't own a team for a profit? Who? Nobody. Why? Because guess what? You need people who are actually fucking informed and smart and know how the world works to run these organizations. And guess what? If they're putting that much time into these organizations, they need to make a living. You need people who are educated or at the very least experienced. And guess what that takes? Time. You need to be older. Guess what happens when you get older? Your health insurance runs out. You can't be under your parents' health insurance anymore. I know half you people haven't even thought about that. You're 26. You can't be under your parents' health insurance. You have bills to pay. You have rent. Maybe a family. What do you expect them to do? They're not part of the Smash community? This is my favorite one. BTS is not part of Smash community. 4 events yearly. 4 events. Aiden is the head TO. Aiden is more part of the Smash community than any of you fucks who liked Parappa's post. I don't know how you pronounce his name. If I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. More than any of you. Aiden flew me out to the first event that I've ever been out to like 3 times in a row. He flies out Europe. He runs every single event. He does it for charity usually. Aiden is an incredible human being, and he's the head TO of Summit. How is Summit not part of the Smash community? Do they not give European events a platform? Do they not stream Shine? How? How do you think that? Where is it? Before high school math classes? Yeah, clearly your fucking education, your education maxed out at high school classes because you don't know a damn thing about economics. Well, you know about economics? I was a financial economics major. I have a degree in it. I have my bachelor's degree. I know you're talking about Parappa, but it still pisses me off. So let's go back. Let's tell a story, chat. So look at my metrics, okay? I've grown a lot on streaming recently, right? If you look at here, on average, I have about anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 to 1,400 subs at any given point, right? Let's look at the best months I had of streaming. Wow, I had this one month where I randomly had 2,000 subs for no apparent reason. Oh, wait. It wasn't a random reason. What a surprise. It was Summit Championships Leagues. March to April 2021. The only time I streamed's been a 2K sub stream or even remotely close to it. And it was during Summit Championships Leagues. Look at all of this. Right before Summit. All of these subs are right before Summit. That's the only reason it's got viewership. Look at the viewership right before Summit. Summit single-handedly. Summit and SEL single-handedly made my stream this year. Look at the followers I got during it. 3,000. Look how much my stream grew from SEL. You're telling me that all it did was give me a week vacation? No, it's making my career. Do you know why people don't actually benefit from it? Because they're lazy fucks. Let me tell you something. If you're not a lazy fuck, you're going to be top 10 in Smash and you will reap these benefits because you will actually put the work into stream. That's why they don't benefit from it. Summit gives you every chance to make Melee a full-time thing. I would not be playing Melee right now if it weren't for Summit. Period. I wouldn't. I couldn't. Who are the people that get into Summit? The people who campaign the hardest, they work the hardest. And guess what? Almost every single one of them doubles their following. They double their following. They double their income. They make crazy amounts of money. How do you think that this is a scam? This is carrying our fucking community. Where is it? Like, what is this information? There's nothing true. None of this is even true. That's my biggest issue with it. It's not even like a take. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Someone isn't pocketing millions of dollars. They're paying their staff and paying their bills. Do you think that Smash World Tour or a league like that comes in because they're like, I'm going to lose $100,000 today to give away to Smashers? No. They're doing it because they have a way to make money from it. They can make their profit back. Why? Because they can't live without it. You have bills to pay. You're going to have kids one day. You need to pay for your kids' college funds. If you want to send them to college, you got to pay for their fucking education. You got to pay for their clothes. You got to pay for their food. What are you expecting, bro? Do you think the merch is free? Do you think that somehow they make this merch and it just pops, lays into their lap? They don't have to pay for it? They don't have overhead? They don't have distribution costs? They don't have to pay shipping? Do you think that somehow that's just not a thing? Look at the players who made money. Wah! Only 10 players made money. Yeah, the 10 people who play the fucking game full time and don't have another job and need to make the money. In a normal tournament, people only make money in top 8. I get 7th at fucking Big House. I couldn't pay for my flight back home. I got 7th at Big House 9. I could not pay for my flight with that money. I got like $100. I went home. You know what I did after my majors? I went home and I sub-goaled food. That's what I did after these majors that are so great for our community. I went home and sub-goaled fucking eating for the next week. That was my life. And it's a true story. And not only that, how many times have you seen Summit? Someone got sponsored because of it. Zane, when he first was with Panda, right before Summit. None. His UIU, right before Summit. Me, when I got signed by Panda, right after Summit. Summit, and I'll say this once, is Summit a scam? No. Does Summit make a profit? Yes, just enough a profit for their employees to make livable wages. And so that they can keep running the event while being 30-something-year-old adults who could easily make more money elsewhere. By the way, Ken Chen has a fucking law degree. Hotbit has a law degree, bro. I don't know why I said Ken Chen. Hotbit has a law degree. He has a law degree. You think he can't go make money better elsewhere? Of course he can. You think he's making more from Summit than he would going to law school? No. He passed the bar exam. We are so lucky to have Summit. To say something like that is so unbelievably ignorant. I can't even begin to describe how frustrated that made me. And guess what? Aiden has to stay cordial because of his affiliation with Beyond the Summit and with his job. I don't have to. I can go in. And I will go in because I love it. Also, this tweet was fucking hysterical. Good shit, Kadoran. But yeah, that's my rant. I will say one thing. SCL for a competitor was the shittiest format that's ever existed. And you know what? If they told me tomorrow that there's an SCL next month, I would still do it for them. Even if I couldn't stream it. Because that's how much I owe them. And it was the shittiest format in the world for competitors. But it was good for spectators. It's good for the community. And for them, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Keep in mind, chat, I went on this rant. Do not go out of your way to harass Parappa. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. And I don't want anyone to get freaking harassed. That's not my aim here. My aim is just to show stupidity with arguments. You leave it in the argument. You don't take it elsewhere.